welcome back. Welcome back to the Cheron Moore Show. As you know, I'm your host, Cheron Moore. You help me welcome my dear friend and a mentor in my life for as long as I can remember, Jerome Gourdine. Hey,
Yeah,
Jerome.
Hercules. Thank you, brother Cheron.
Oh, I could have stayed on that intro for a long time. When did you know you wanted to become a singer, and how did you become a singer come about?
As soon as I fell out of mother's womb, because it's in my DNA. My mom used to sing with her sisters in a group. My grandmother used to sing. My sister used to have a group in Jersey City, and I was a mama's boy. I love being around my sister, my mom, and when my sister would go to rehearsal, matter of fact, I lived on Dwight Street, and I would always want to go with her because she sung, and I want to sing, so I need to hang out with her. So I would go to the rehearsals, man, and I got bit by the bug, man.
What is your range of singing from
First,
the top
first, first tenor to bass.
to bass?
Yeah, a lot of people don't.
And
Well, the guys in the group, Aaron, they know that. But Tomorrow's Edition was your unique group. We were so multifunctional, fast. Everybody did it all, mostly all. I don't think Stanley did bass. He tried. He would try to do bass.
right.
But me, Aaron, and Shane, we can go from first to bass.
Before I get you on to tomorrow's edition, and I do have a section here for tomorrow's edition. What was it like? What was the high school scene like for you as a young man and as a singer? I see we got a little bit of a lag here too.
Singing all the time in the hallways. I have to whisper this part. That was my way of getting girls. Because they love singers, ballers, and I wasn't a baller, but I could sing my face off. And clothes. I love to dress. So that's 2 out of 3. I was in there like swimwear. Always singing, always in the theater department in high school, and I did I think a year and a half in Rutgers, and then I attended FIT, Fashion Institute of Technology. But I was always, because I was a clothes designer too, but I would always find my way behind that mic, always. It's in my DNA.
And you went to Snyder?
4 years, 1969 to 1973.
Were you influenced by any of your teachers and instructors there in singing at
No.
Snyder?
There was a music teacher named Mr. Reiner, famous dude. I was influenced by him.
Moving you forward, let's talk about tomorrow's edition.
Uh-oh.
Let's talk about tomorrow's edition. You turn me on.
Yeah, with that, yeah. Those some good years, man. Good years.
You are a founding member of that singing group, huh?
Yes, sir.
How did that group come about?
Tomorrow's Edition was our first name.
Okay, tell me about it.
Okay. The original members were me, a bass singer by the name of Benny Gaston, Benny Gaston, Aaron Mathis, because and me and Aaron and Benny went to the same high school. So of course, I hear Aaron sing and say, "Oh man, he can sing." I hear Benny go, "Blah, blah, blah." Benny loved Melvin Franklin, so I snatched him in the group. But that was only 3 of us. So I used to hear about this guy named Stanley Johnson. That and so I vetted him. I wanted to get some intel on him. And then I heard him sing one day at a party, and the boy killed it. So I propositioned him, like, hey man, come on, man, be in our group, man. And he said, yeah. And he was a little hesitant at first, but then we sung a song for him. He heard, and he said, "Oh, okay, I can do that. I can do that." And then I heard about this cat in Lincoln High School named Shane. I said, some guy said, "Nah, man, don't deal with them Lincoln guys." I said, "Yo, whoa, wait a minute, guys, don't be judgmental. Let's check them out." So he used to stay on stage like me, So we went to the school, we had a talk with him, we heard him sing, and the rest was history. After a while, there's the scripture in the Bible said, "Let the wheat and the tare grow together, and God will separate them." After a while, Benny wasn't making the cut, because he wasn't committed. So he wind up, going into another endeavor. So the foundational group was me, Aaron, Stanley, and Shane. That was TE, brother.
How did that name Tomorrow's Edition come about?
I'm glad you asked. I used to be a paper boy, and you would always see today's edition, the latest edition, because our original name was the Elements, like air, wind, fire. That was our original name, and I came up with that name, the Elements. So at some point in our career, we wasn't feeling the name. So I'm looking at the paper. So I said, "Yo, man, why don't we get today's edition? The latest edition." I said, "No, wait a minute. Being that we always got an eye on the future, let's make it tomorrow's edition." And the rest is history. Yeah.
Another somber moment there. You guys lost one of the members of the group in Tomorrow's Edition.
Yes, sir. My man Wesley Cole Shane Thomas. That was a hard loss, brother. That was a hard loss. Shane was a integral part of the group, man. That boy, he taught himself to play several instruments. He wrote the hook for "You Turn Me On," and along with us, writing also. But as you know, in ASCAP BMI, you write a hook, you get paid. So yeah, he wrote the hook, man, and the boy was phenomenal, man. Still miss him, man. Still miss him, man. Still missing. And so when there was personnel changes. Stanley had went to do his own thing, and so we got a brother named William. Oh God, what's Jones's last name? Oh, William Jones. William Jones. His brother name is Wilbur Jones. They used to call him the Whispers because they look just like the Whispers and can sing just like the Whispers. So William took Stanley's place, and the rest is history. The boy was a first tenor supreme. Yeah. And he had swag. He had swagger. Yeah.
You all did. You all did. I'm going to come back to Tomorrow's Edition a little later on. Let's talk about you joining the fire department. How did that come about?
Oh man. In the music business, those checks are far and in between. You know what I'm saying? And what happened, I was about to have a child. Yeah. And I need a steady job. You feel me? And so I never forget, we had just finished up a weekend at the Name of the Game, and a captain on the fire department named Edward Campbell, they used to call him Eddie Boy. They had and I hate using this word minority, but they had a minority recruitment drive going for the fire department. And, and Eddie Boy and my cousin, Eli Burrows, they would always come to Name of the Game to see us. So, he was like family. So he saw me bringing out a speaker at the Name of the Game. He said, "Jerome, come here." I said, hey, Eddie Boy, listen, man, take this application. Man, I looked at it, man. I don't be no firefighter, man. People running out and I'm running in. No, I'm a singer, man. Man, let me tell you something. Eddie Boy said, "Gourdine, yeah, you are a singer and you're an awesome singer, but do me a favor, because I love Edward Campbell. Just do it for me." So I took the application. It was on the dresser, no lie, Cheron. It was on the dresser for like maybe 5 weeks, 6 weeks, almost 2 months with dust on it. But I try to keep my word to the people I love. So I dust the application, I filled out, certified it, and sent it off. And I guess maybe 2 months later, man, I was living at 296 MLK Drive, on right off the corner of Grant Avenue. And somebody rung my bell. So I looked out the window and I saw these blue uniforms. I said, whoa, I thought it was the po-po. I said, oh man, what? Do I got any tickets? What's going on? I was scared. So I went downstairs, real careful. I looked at the peephole. Oh, so I opened the door and the gentleman said, Jerome Gourdine? Said, yes. Here's your notification for the fire department. I almost passed out. So, and 20, well, almost 29 years later, I've been retired now since 2010.
You were a dispatcher over at the fire department?
For 2 years. After I retired from fighting fires, they needed some former firefighters to apply for the fire dispatch job. So I know a couple of retired guys that was doing it. Money was good, so I signed up for it, and the rest is history. I did that for 2 years.
Are you able to share any stories of some of the things you saw out there as a firefighter?
Yes, we had a first response. You know, Jersey is also first responders. We had a call in Booker T Projects of a woman giving birth in the hallway. Yeah, so me and my other coworkers, we delivered a baby in the hallway. Yes, sir. One time we was at a house fire on Grant Avenue, not far from Ocean Avenue, and we were, you know that movie Backdraft? That's real. We were up the first flight of stairs to the second floor, and what happened? All the doors were closed on the second floor, and the fire seeks oxygen to survive, to grow bigger, or to just exist. When there's no more oxygen, it builds up, and if anybody open that door, it's like an explosion because the fire is rushing to get out to fresh oxygen. So that's how I get a backdraft, you know. So the fire literally went. It was like a room in the back of the second floor. The fire literally went over our heads, man. It was scary. So they hit the evacuation tone. When you hear that tone, that means back out. So we backing out, and we fell down. A couple of us, we fell down the stairs, and my legs fell through the stairs, and the fire's coming towards me. And I to this day I couldn't tell you who it is. Somebody grabbed my oxygen bottle and pulled me out of the hole and dragged me down the stairs. Saved my life. And that happened a couple of times. I fell through roofs. Well, almost fell through roofs. Yeah. Yes, sir.
I never knew any of that. You know, it still dawns on me that while you were going through all of that, was something in the back of your mind still going, but I'm a singer,
Absolutely.
What was that like?
It was good because it was a reminder of my ultimate goal, to be in the music business.
The college years. Tell me about going to college and receiving your doctorate in theology. I probably said that wrong. And I'm sorry.
It's just theology.
Theology, that's it. Theology, and then religious education or religion education. Tell me about that.
Yeah. See, I guess in the early 1990s, I attended Manhattan Bible Institute in Harlem. Dr. Richard Christie, my man, he's my mentor. I went there for 4 years. No, I'm sorry, I went there for 2 years. I got my associate's degree. And that travel from Jersey to Harlem was rough, man. So I looked for a seminary close to home, and thank God I found one in Irvington, 971 Clinton Avenue, called Eastern Bible College. And the rest is history. I went there for like 6, 7 years, and I got my doctorate. Right, I got my doctorate degree from there. To God be the glory. I got it in religious education, theology, and it's a study called eschatology. Eschatology is a study of the last end time prophecy. Yeah.
Like the first time you stepped into the pulpit?
Believe it or not, I wasn't new to it, but I was true to it. Because I've been preaching. I've been preaching for a long time, and the only thing that changed was my title. Now I'm a pastor. I've been a preacher all my life, even when I didn't even know it. Even when you saw it, I didn't know it. Good evening, y'all.
It's in all the years I've known you, you've always, I should say, given God the glory. You've always accomplished everything that you said.
My word is my bond. I never want to go through life unsatisfied. I never want to go through life with a comma. When there's a comma after your profile, that means that there's some unfinished business in your life. You got to work your way up to that period. And that period signifies finished. Work accomplished. Attaboy, Gourdine. You started out this race and you finished. Because see, you don't get the prize for starting the race, Cheron. You get it for finishing.
Why haven't you ran for office somewhere?
Oh, hey, get out of here. Man, I done got so many invites, man, but man, let me tell you something, man. If I ran for office, man, and I'm not afraid to make enemies. Matter of fact, enemies motivate me. Hello. Enemies become my footstool. But the thing is, right, I want to be in such a place on a circumference of trouble so I can get a bird's eye view how I'm going to attack it. In other words, I'm not going to be part of the swamp. Because when you're part of the swamp, they can control you. You feel me? You're not going to control me because God got me. And the amen goes there.
I'm ready to pass the plate and have the offering. I'm so tempted to tell my audience and tell the audience, you see where I came from. You guys are watching where I came from. This man right here is an intricate main component and part of me as a person, as an entertainer, as a man of God, on and on and on. This is the man that helped shape my life. And this interview is just flowing to me because this is the person that I've known and I've loved probably 50 years, 40, 50 years, longer than that maybe.
That's a long time, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Long time. Stand with that, with all of that jewels and gold you just dropped. And I'm getting off script here, but I'm going to get back on. How do you deal with, and how have you dealt with your greatness and your awareness, where most people can't fathom what you're saying, can't keep up what you're saying, maybe would be jealous, maybe would be envious, maybe would downplay it and say it's wrong? How have you stayed on that upper tier of just being you and not letting any of that phase you and continue to be awesome and powerful and great?
Well, I mean, I thank you for the compliment, man. But like, first and foremost, I'm God's paper boy. I'm just crying out, hear ye, hear ye. I have a message from the King. That's all I do. I'm God's paper boy. I don't believe my own press release. You remember that expression, don't believe the hype? I am a fallible being that serve an infallible God who can do all things exceedingly well. And I just I try one of my great, and you might have a problem even believing this, right? Because I'm such an extrovert. But one of my greatest attributes, one of my greatest weapons, is my humility. It throws people off, and they don't know how to take you. My humility, coupled with my agape love. I love hard.
We do a thing on the show we call Word of Advice, where I ask the guests if they would leave a word of advice. Sometimes it's within their skill set or within their talent. In this case, I know one of yours would be singing, but I want to broaden that. If you leave a word of advice for our audience, friends and family, just overall life, music, whatever is on your mind, whatever you would leave them in parting.
You ready?
Yes, no.
To thine own self be true. That's it. Because when you who God created you to be, you can't go wrong.
As I close us up here and I let you go here, and I thank you so much for this valued time.
No problem.
Coming up to my last question, let me ask you this one. How would you want your legacy to be said, to be told? What would you want your legacy to be?
He was obedient to God. That's it. I was obedient to God. My yea was yea, and my nay was nay. I was obedient to God. He won't put no more on you than you can handle. He has your best interest at heart, even when you can't see it. But I was obedient to the Most High God. That's a wrap.
I think I'm framing this one.
Yeah.
I couldn't dare let you go without, I put you on the spot here, without singing a few bars of something for us. I couldn't dare let you go. Please, if you bless us.
You know what? Now, my voice is very tattered, but guess what? The Lord say, do something. So there's a song by a group called Commissioned. One of the founders of the group is Fred Hammond, Commissioned. And there was a song that I learned from Commissioned maybe 40 years ago. I still get requests to sing the song today, Running Back to You. How can you forgive me when I've often gone astray? How can you think of me while I do things my way? Turning my back from you, the one who loved me first. Having my own desires, you tell me to come home so I can see. Now I know I am free and I am running back to you. I see you standing there for me. Your arms are open wide. And I don't have to cry no more. You're standing there for me. And I am running back to you. Why do I go away when I know I am no good? I have taken advantage of your love and grace Forgive me, Lord, and take me home. Take me home. I'm running to you, Jesus. Please take me home. You see, I've been in this wrong way too long, and I can't do right anymore. I'm tired of pain, and I don't like fear. But Lord, I want to be more sincere. I never should have left your side. Return me to your guiding light. I'm running back to you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Woo!
Run to him.
Yes.
Yeah. And he's waiting with outstretched arms, man.
That was absolutely awesome.
Thank you, Cheron.
In closing, now I get all saucy and everything. Let me say to you, they say give them their flowers while they're living.
Mm-hmm.
So let me give you yours. And right now, let me put it on the show, on this tape. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for shaping me. Thank you for being something and someone that I could look up to as a young man, and knew what I wanted to do in life and what I want to be in life. And so many principles and mandates and things about you that I knew that I said, I need that in my life. And it has carried me, you don't know, that has got me through in life, in parts and different things in my life. I could hear your voice. I could see how you handle it. I could know what you would say to me. I could pick up the phone and you would say 3 or 4 words, and it would be like going down to the woods and grabbing a switch and coming back. You say, don't let me go down there and get a switch.
And you better get the biggest switch.
And I heard that. I heard that as a young man. I stayed away from drugs. I stayed away from fast living and, chasing women. And I just, from you, brother.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. To God be the glory. And he's still in charge. That's why they call it master charge.
Master charge.
I ain't talking about no credit card. Master. Thank you, Cheron. Thank you so much, man, for this opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being on the Cheron Moore Show. Will you help us wave goodbye to the audience?
Yay! Bye-bye. Peace and love, brother.